Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and to our coffee times together. Today I have a video in which I'm going to need your help. Yes, you need to help me on this one because I have on my shelves so many book series, book trilogies, and I have the book one of a lot of them because I always thought, oh, I'll start with book one, see how it goes, and then move on to the next book. And then I've had those book ones since forever on my shelves and I still have not checked them out. So I'm going to be realistic here, and my TBR pile for 2020 already has a lot of books. Plus, readathons happen. I want to read more horror. I want to continue some book series. So I am aware that I'm not going to be able to read all of these books. But there are some book series that I have been so intrigued about, that I have been so passionate about starting, and I never started. So I'm just gonna propose some of those to you, some of those book ones. And then it's your job to let me know down below in the comments which ones should I start.
It's coffee time!
First of all, we have And I Darken by Kirsten White. This is a trilogy. All the books are out, and it is a book that I was really passionate about because it is a gender-bending retelling on the story of Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Impaler, and I was like, yes, please give it to me. So that already had me sold with the story. I am a freak about Vlad Tepes and his story. I love that man. Just kidding, not really, but I've always been kind of intrigued on his story and all of the myths and everything that came after that. And when I heard this was a retelling in which Vlad is actually a girl, I was like, yes. But I've heard mixed reviews about it, so let me know down below if you would put your vote on this one. I'm gonna say that from all the ones I'm gonna show you, each person can pick 3 for me to read this year. Moving on with more dark stories, we have The Bone Witch by Irene Chupeco. This is one that I've also really wanted to read because we have a girl here that lives in a world where people can perform magic. It's not something out of the ordinary. However, her power is necromancy, and she discovers she has this power when she brings her brother back from the dead. And apparently this is a power that it's not really well seen where she lives, and she's kind of outcasted. And I was like, this sounds so good. And this is again a trilogy where all the 3 books are out. So it's a positive thing because if I like it, I can finish it without having to wait years. But another book that I had put on my TBR for 2019 that I didn't get to, so cast your votes. Moving on with Scythe by Neil Shusterman. The 3rd book on the trilogy just came out, I believe, in December 2019, or like November, December, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about that last book, but everybody kind of shares the same opinion that the books and the characters were really enjoyable. So I'm kind of really wanting to read this one this year because we are living in a world and a future in which, death and illness has been cured, so nobody really dies anymore. But there is this job that is given to certain people that they are called scythes, and they are the ones that decide who has to die in order to keep the population, low. Because else, if nobody dies, it will come to a point where we could not live in this place anymore. So that sounds so intriguing to me. And yeah, so if you really love this trilogy, you can cast your vote for it. Another book that is a trilogy, and actually all 3 books are out, is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. So I really love the Lunar Chronicles so freaking much. It's one of my favorite YA series. And when she came up with this one, which is about people with superpowers, I was like, excuse me. So I'm really intrigued about it because it's something that it should be totally down my alley, but it's another one that I still have not started. Also probably because it's kind of like a chunky book, but another one that I would really like to finally start in 2020. Next we have one that is also a trilogy, and the last book came out in January, and it is one that I've heard so many mixed things about, like either people love it or hate it, that I really want to know if I like it or not. So I would really like to give it a try this year, and that is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I also have the second book, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so I think I should at least try to start it this year, see if I like it or not, because if I don't like it, then I can get rid of both books and just move on with my life. But this is a YA mystery thriller in which I think somebody gets murdered in a high school and they need to investigate how that happened or something like that. So yeah, like I said, really mixed reviews about this book, and I would like to know if, you know, it's gonna be my cup of tea or not. Next is one that I'm embarrassed I still have not read, because I really wanted to read it the moment that it came out, and that is Layer by Kirsten White. This is the second book by Kirsten White that I have in this list, I just realized. But this is a kind of, it's not really a retelling, it's kind of a novel based on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I was a teenager. I used to watch on television with my dad, and I recently, I think 2 years ago, rewatched the complete series. I own it in DVD. I love it. It's one of those series that I could watch over and over again. And so I really wanted to check out this book, and the second book, I believe, is coming out is it already out? I don't even know. But the cover of the second book is also stunning, and I think it's called Chosen, and I really want to read it. So I think it's another one that I would like to get to this year. Next is one that I grabbed because many people whose opinions I trust really rave about this series, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I picked up book one finally, and I think it's one that I would like to give a try as soon as possible. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen in 2020, but you can still cast your vote for it. And it's one that I'm really intrigued about, so yeah, please let me know down below if your vote goes to this one. Next we have The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I have the first and second book on the series, and I know that there was a movie made about it, which I didn't watch to keep myself spoiler free, and another one that I think it has to do with kids with superpowers, and I don't know if it's really an apocalyptic scenario or the kids are being taken somewhere and they are nearly all killed or something like that. That is all I remember, very vague, but I'd rather go into the book without knowing way too much. And yeah, it's one that I've been meaning to try because I know a lot of people really like this series, but I still have not got to it. And the last one is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. I picked this one up also when I was in the UK some time ago. What I like about this one is that it is a fantasy that sounds slightly different just because it is based on the desert, and we're following an orphan that all she wants to do is escape, and then suddenly out of the blue a foreigner appears that kind of wants to help her. Yeah, so I really wanted to give this one a try. It is a trilogy and the books are not that big, and it's been sitting on my shelves. And yeah, this is the last one that I have to propose for you guys to pick from. So here are all of them. Here are all the books that I would like to start, trilogies, duologies, series, whatever. So you can pick from this pile 3 of them and let me know in the comments down below, and the 3 with the majority of votes are the ones that I will try to read in 2020. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which are the book series that you are planning to start on 2020. Thanks so much for watching. Please give the video a big thumbs up before you leave, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more coffee times with me, and also hit the notification bell as well. If you want to follow me on the social media, I do have Goodreads, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The links to those can be found in the description box down below, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!